today I am super excited to introduce our reading club to you. This reading club is a dynamic initiative that is designed to foster inclusive teaching strategies that will cater to the diverse needs of all pupils by addressing varied learning styles and abilities. This project will aim to create an environment where every pupil will feel valued, supported, and empowered to thrive academically and personally. Our key objectives of this project is inclusivity, academic growth, personal development, and supportive environment. So let's dive into it. As it relates to inclusivity and our reading club, this will develop teaching methods tailored to accommodate different learning styles and abilities. This will ensure equitable participation for all learners. Academic growth. Our reading club will enhance reading comprehension, vocabulary, and critical thinking skills through engaging activities. And personal development. This will build confidence, collaboration, and a love for reading among learners, fostering both individual and personal growth. Lastly, supportive environment. Our reading club will provide resources and facilitation to ensure all learners can access learning opportunities effectively. This project emphasizes the importance of recognizing and celebrating the unique potential of each pupil while fostering a sense of belonging and shared achievement within the classroom.
After implementing the book club project in our classrooms, we have gathered the following feedbacks.
While implementing this project in my classroom, I encountered two challenges. The first is where we had students having difficulties reading some of the books that were provided. Now, although we had a variety of books to choose from, some of those books pose difficulties for students to read because it was above their reading age. Now, the other challenge was where we had limited reinforcement being done. This is due to the fact that some of the parents were not actively involved in their child's reading activity or even in this project, even though they were aware. So when pupils did some reading in school and were encouraged to continue at home, it wasn't being done because the parents were not actively involved. Now, what are the bright spots of this project? While this project was implemented in my classroom, I had some students that were not interested in reading. But after they saw the project, they were enthusiastic and excited about participating in reading and even choosing a book of their choice. Now, the other was where we had teamwork and collaboration being fostered through this project. We had discussion and even pupils giving summary of what was read. I also became aware of some of the needs of my students, and I came up with strategies that would better help me to address those needs. Now, what would I do differently the next time I implement this project in my classroom? The next time I implement this project in my classroom, I would ensure that the books that I am using are of the pupil's reading age. I would also put some books that are challenging because students will improve in their reading and they will need books that they can read that will challenge them. We wouldn't want to give them books that they have already mastered. So I would include some of those challenging books in my reading club. Secondly, I would encourage parents to be more actively involved in this reading club since it is beneficial for their children.
Everyone, my name is Miss Moisha Boyer, and I will be explaining to you on how did the project go for me in my classroom. Now, We have completed our book club project successfully. During this period, we have experienced improvements in the literacy field, where participants develop their vocabulary skills, reading, comprehension, and fluency. With progress and motivation, it was highlighted that the fun and interactive nature of this book club made reading an alluring activity as it related to both inclusivity and diversity. Now, what would we do differently? We can have inclusion of books that created for participants or pupils of different culture background. We can gamify the book club using tokens to motivate the learners. Utilize the Howard Gardens theory of the multiple intelligence in the book club. What did we learn from our project? Now, we would have learned that it is important to have an inclusive classroom which caters for a diverse group of learners, and that reading can be fun using different techniques that would grasp the learning attention.
My name is Colleen Sinclair, and I am happy and excited to let you know how our reading project went. First, how did it go? The reading project was implemented with the grade 3 pupils at the Rosewall Town Primary School. The outcomes were somewhat mixed but still provided valuable insight. While roughly half of the pupils demonstrated a discernible improvement in their reading abilities, the other half faced challenges. These results suggest that some tactics and exercises within the program were effective while others require refinement. Several pupils found the experience engaging and expressed interest in the test activities, such as learning new words and practicing reading sentences. On the other hand, some pupils struggled to keep up, which highlight the needs for adjustment to accommodate varying skill levels. While certain students were excited and actively engaged, others appear less motivated or face obstacles that hinder their project. While conducting this exercise, I learned a few things. Number one, the importance of frequent assessment and feedback. Regular evaluation or feedback sessions were critical in tracking pupils' progress and identifying areas where they needed additional support. These checkpoints allow for timely intervention and a better understanding of individual learning needs. Secondly, the importance and value of peer learning. Peer and group work foster collaboration among students, enabling peer learning. This approach provided additional support for struggling pupils and encouraged stronger learners to reinforce their knowledge by assisting their peers. Lastly, the importance of using age-appropriate materials. It is essential to ensure that reading materials are tailored to the pupil's age and skill level. Complex or advanced texts can discourage learners and impede their progress. Adjusting content to match their abilities make the learning process more accessible and enjoyable. Thank you.